What's up, guys? So, gonna give you guys a little update here since I haven't been doing much work to the cars because I'm kind of at a standstill as far as the Florida prep goes and things like that, and it's kind of stressing me out a little bit because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that we have to get done, and we're running out of time. We only have 2 weeks, two weekday weeks, one full weekend left before we're on the road to Florida, and the trip is finally here. So what's been going on with the 3000 is that it has been giving me some issues. I replaced the carrier bearings, so that is done. But then after driving it, like I mentioned in the video before, I was experiencing a vibration. Well, I did a hub run out test on the rotor and on the wheel, and it turns out that when I hit the track at the edge of the track in Englishtown on the one dirt drop, that I slightly bent the lower control arm. I actually bent the stub shaft that goes through the trailing arm and the hub is attached to and all that. So the wheel is actually spinning like this when I'm going down the road, and I think because I had these beat and worn out carrier bearings, the rubber, the play that the axle had inside of these was absorbing the vibration. I was getting a little bit of a vibration, but not as bad as after I did the carrier bearings. And after doing this run out test and finding out that the hub is bent, I think that's where the vibration is coming from. And now that I have new carrier bearings and the rubber in there is stiffer, it's just sending those harmonics right into the body of the car. So it's been really annoying to drive because it happens from like 35 miles an hour to like 60 miles an hour. It vibrates. So pretty much all the street driving I do around town, the car vibrates like crazy. It vibrates enough that I actually lost half of my Tanabe exhaust. I didn't fully lose it. It fell from under the car, but it was still in the hangers, and it was bouncing on the ground because it vibrated the exhaust bolts loose, and the exhaust fell off the car. That was an interesting scenario to have happen on the side of the road. Then the Trailblazer is almost ready for Florida. I have full fluids. I got like 15 bottles over there, fluids. We're gonna do a full fluid change on that thing from front to back, top to bottom, everything. And then that'll be good to go. We had a couple suspension squeaks that we worked out and we got situated, but that I'm not worried about that really anymore as far as being ready to go in 2 weeks. But the 3000, I'm gonna have to do this stub shaft replacement, and I will make a video about it, guys, because I know there's not a lot of information about how to do this replacement and the bearing replacement in the rear, and I've done it before on this same side actually. So now I'm going to show you guys the run out test that I did that kind of was my big red flag as to where this vibration is coming from. So that seems to be the reason why I'm getting this vibration, and yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Once I do that, it'll fix it. I was supposed to have one shipped to me, but the dude backed out. He said he wasn't going to have time to pull it out of his parts car last minute, so now I'm going to scramble to try and find another one. I have a couple leads that I'm going after, but I haven't been able to find anything just yet. We also have a light bar that we're going to put on the Trailblazer, a little 12-inch flood and spot from Amazon that we're going to throw on the Trailblazer to help, because most of this trip on the way down is going to be done at night, so this will definitely help on the empty highways as far as being able to see. As far as the Cadillac goes, finally got new wheels for the Cadillac. Like I said, we did the 5-lug swap, the front end, and we were running the RPF 1s and the XXRs, and neither of them fit very well, so I finally picked up a set of wheels, and I have one right here. So there's no fancy reveal, but I have myself a set of Enkei RS05 RRs. These, along with the RPF ones that are on the 3000, have been one of the wheels that I hoped to someday own, and I'm super stoked that I now have a pair. They're a little beat up around the edges from tire machines and things like that, because these were actually Jeff's drift wheels on his purple S14 Formula Drift car. So I scooped them off of him for a pretty good price, and you know, I'll probably end up cleaning them up, you know, sometime later in the summer. But right now I'm just worried about finishing the 5-lug swap in the rear and getting these rears on, because I actually have the fronts on already. So here we are. We got the RSO 5RRs up front. Don't mind my jacked up fender. But they are 18 by 9.5 plus 22 with a 245/40 tire on them. They poke a little bit. Here's the other side. Like I said, you know, you got those tire machine marks and just some scuffs and things like that on them. But they're definitely a good looking wheel for this car. I didn't expect a multi-spoke wheel to look good. I thought I would have had to go with like a 6-spoke or a 5-spoke, but the multi-spoke look definitely, it definitely pulls it off the car. The car definitely looks good with this, and like I said, we'll clean them up, and I'm really happy with the way these look, and I hope we'll be able to get the backs on soon. It's not like some crazy fitment, but it's something modest, and you know, I can daily drive and I don't have to worry about it rubbing. It doesn't rub at all compared to even my stock wheels rub. So these don't rub at all. It's really just a good setup. And with the front end raised because of the bash bar, you know, it's just a good daily driver setup. It's practical and super functional. And I'm definitely gonna keep it like this for a little while. So I just want to give you guys a little update as to what I've been working on, and just the issues that I'm kind of dealing with the 3000 and things like that. But in the meantime, I want to show you guys some clips that I got at Formula Drift and Formula Drift New Jersey, which was a couple weeks ago, and I didn't really have enough stuff to make a full video, so I'll just throw a little montage in from that. So enjoy, guys, and I'm hoping the next video that I have for you, it has some better news, and maybe we'll be fixing the 3000 and getting rid of that vibration, because that's the last little speed bump that I need to cross before we're all set for Florida and everything's all good, and the rest will just be like, you know, packing and little things that aren't really that stressful. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.
Ryan Little.